Okay, so let me explain how I got there. That's pretty simple. Last update I've done was at the end of June with my emerald that was close to 300 a month. As you know, I have my challenge to reach 5k emerald by September. We are mid-July by the time I record this video. We are July 20th. So it means that I still have 2 months to reach that, but things has changed a little bit. What changed precisely is the way I'm building apps. Of course, as you know, I'm using AI and stuff. So overall, it's more fun to build apps. But it's been months, if not years, that I'm focusing myself to work on the apps that are making money. So as you know, I'm working on Aro and Dreamer. I'm not gonna present them again because those makes money. They make a little bit money. Like Aro mainly is making the whole money. So every time I had like a new app idea or wanted to work on something else, I will stop myself because I will think that I have like the shiny object syndrome, when you just go into the new thing that looks better and you just go for it because you don't want to work on the real thing. So I will force myself to go back to working on Auro because Auro is making money. So don't work on those other things. And then last month, as you knew, I was like kind of like working on a new app. And then on the weekend, I work also on another new app because, well, with AI, we can go faster. But I was not necessarily focusing on those. I was like, okay, I will work a little bit on them, go back to Auro Dreamer, stay on my focus, focus. Then I gave myself a challenge to build as many apps as possible in 4 days. So I did that a week ago and I just ended up with 6 apps. Bruh. And you will tell me why you did that. That was not the plan. I did that for one reason. First, the access to the AI model, Fable from Anthropic, Claude, whatever you want to call it, the biggest model that ever existed so far at the time of recording, of course. This allows like to go even way faster into the building. So I started like to put that onto my existing apps, and then I was like, let me create a new app, and it just like created the app like almost in one prompt. And I was like, oh, I could do a lot of things with that. So I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I just built a lot of things that were fun. And the crazy part about that is that I enjoyed every single minute. Of course, I was not sleeping that much, but that was like so nice to be back to building things I truly care about, and I was just truly enjoying. Like I was just building stuff because I really love that. Then I started to also work on like old apps that I had that I did not touch for years, and I was like, okay, what I could do with that. And this is when I realized that I actually was sitting on something that is actually huge. So I started like to build this app that I now call like my startup, like my mission, my first mission. I have a lot of missions in life. But yeah, I started to work on this app and I realized that this was like the missing piece. I was missing like a purpose when I was working with my app, because I realized that if I work on something that I love and that I truly care about, then the money will come. Like this is not a problem. Like if I just focus on making money with my app, well, at some point, yes, money could come, but if I don't really like what I'm working on, I will just depend on motivation. And motivation when you work on something that you don't really care about, well, it's pretty hard to find. But being able to sleep like 3 hours a night just because you're so excited to work on something and you don't even know if it's gonna make money, this shows that this is something you can work on for weeks, a month, and even years without getting money, but you will pursue it long enough to be able to get money. So this thing for me is called Jagi. So Jagi is an app for couples, especially in long distance, because I am myself in a long distance relationship, and I've started to make this app like 2 years ago, like for me and my partner, and I put it on the side because I was like, nah, well, we just the only one using it. It takes time like to add a lot of features, but now with AI, I could add all the features that I really wanted to add and reach the level of the other apps on the market. And especially, I don't know if you realize that the couple market in terms of app is crazy. They are making a crazy amount of money, and I have tested most of those apps. I'm not gonna say they're trash. They're not perfect. They are not the best. Like some of them are like good-ish, but that's it. So I'm like, okay, let me cook something. And this is how Jagi came to life. So now Jagi is the main thing I'm focusing on. I'm gonna release it like in August, and I'm gonna focus on this. That's gonna be my main app, my main startup, my main company, whatever you want to call it. But then what's gonna happen to all my other apps, and what are gonna happen to like the other 5 apps that I have created like in 4 days? I have something for that, because I don't forget that there is this challenge of reaching 5k MRR by September. Actually, I changed it a little bit because my goal is to reach like 10k in revenue for 1 month by December, but that's kind of like the same thing. The goal is to make money and to be able to live all of it. For those 5 other apps, I actually have a marketing strategy that is really precise, and that if it's working, I'm really not worried about like the MRR. The goal is that those small apps will actually brings me money, that will feed my marketing for my big app, Jagi, that will brings me money. And well, yeah, I will be able to live. That's my plan. So now most likely your question will be, okay, what is this marketing trick? What is this thing that you found? I'm sorry to say, I will share it if it's working. Yes, I'm kind of like gatekeeping right now, but for a reason. So I did not just randomly created like 5 random apps. Like I had a strategy in mind when I did that, and hopefully this strategy will pay, but only time will tell. So if you want to know if this strategy actually works and want to know what it is, because if it's working, I'm going to share it, but not before, because if I share it before, well, everyone will just do it and I might like lose my advantage. But if then it's working, then I could share it to people so they can repeat if they want to, but it takes a lot of time, energy, and knowledge. But anyway, in all cases, if you're interested about it, follow me to get the updates when I will make like the future videos when I will talk about it. So now let's talk about numbers, because this will also be used as an update video. We are almost at the end of July, not really the end of July. I think I will make a video at the beginning of August to have like the real numbers. In terms of MRR, I'm still around like 300. Let me actually check the real numbers. Yeah, okay, I just checked the real numbers, and as the day of today, I'm like at 287 MRR with 234 revenue for the past 28 days at the time of this recording. So the cool part is that since I started this challenge like 3-ish months ago, I was like around 150 in MRR. Now I'm close to like 300, which is nice, but which is clearly not close to my goal. But again, if we think about it, I only rely on 2 apps, Arrow and Dreama. Dreama is barely, it's not making money, so there's only Arrow. And if you look at the previous video and this video of this month, I've barely done any marketing. So starting from now on to September, I have my main app, Jagi, that is supposed to actually make a little bit of money. And I have a roster of 5 new apps with like a specific strategy that is supposed to work. So that's my plan, to reach my 5k MRR and 10k by the end of the year. So that's pretty much it for today. Just wanted to make like a small update. The video is going to be like pretty raw because I'm so tired of making videos. I'm actually looking for beta testers for Jagi. So if you are in a relationship, if you have like a boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't care kind of friend you have, and you would like to test Jagi, of course, for free, let me know in the comment. Like the app is going to be released in August, but I'm looking for like tester for like the next few weeks, which means that I should release this video pretty fast, and I don't like that. Anyway, if you're interested about testing, let me know in the comment. That will help me a lot. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, that's always nice. And I see you soon for the next one. Peace.